Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, our online talk show where we get to have conversations with diverse people and organizations who are impacting lives positively. And this is Kemi Akiode Adebayo, aka Mama K. I hope the year started very, very well for you. 2022 is going to be a blast year no matter what. Just stay positive, stay prayerful, stay happy, stay joyful. I don't know where you are now or what you're doing, whether you've met your resolution yet or still have goals you want to fulfill. It's still the early days. Do not fret. I hope 2021, no matter how it was for you, positives and negative, the highs and the lows, the fact is we've all come out of it alive and we should celebrate the gift of life. And that is something I am looking forward to celebrating again in 2022. It's more about that. How are we serving? How are we making a difference in people's life? How are we impacting others no matter what? And I pray, that God will continue to lift you up, to guide you, to protect you, to bless you. So, yes, this special program to kick off the season 2, episode 1, is all about celebrating 9 inspirational South Africans who live in Cape Town. They work in different fields and they impact lives in various ways. And we're going to focus on 9 women, young, male, old, entrepreneurs, artists, chemists, pharmacists, and a lot of others. So we're going to start with our popular Mr. M, who is based in Belleville. He runs Mr. M Chemist, and that is just going to blow your mind. I was just so inspired. This over 80 years old, getting close to 90 young man who still does a lot in his community, who still turns up, at work. He really just inspired me. And then we're going to go on to Councillor Franchesca Walker, who is an active, selfless councillor in an area in the north part of Cape Town, Belleville, Paro area. And she had a few challenges, last year where she lost her partner, husband, and she shared with me, some experience, that things that keeps her going, and so just listen out to what, she has to say. Then this young man, Wesley, who is a dancer, crump major dancer who does a lot, selflessly for his community in Bonteville. He, it's just crazy about dancing. And he just sows into other people's life. And yet he's still, not even 25 years old yet. And he's doing so much for the young people in Cape Town through, his passion of dancing. And we're going to hear from Lamla, the poet, who is another young Black South African young girl, lady, doing a lot as well in our community, who, despite what life keeps, throwing at her, she keeps striving, to do her best. And wishing her all the best. And we hope, we'll be able to get more support for her. Watch out for her in 2022 with a book, hopefully, that will be coming out, a book of different poems that will be coming out. Then we're going to hear a little bit of my conversation as well with this amazing principal, Miss Griselda Lehman, who is the principal for Rosendale High School. She just blew me out. I had a blast, having a conversation with her, and definitely I'm going back to have more conversations, with her. She's one of the people as well that started serving at a very, very young, age and doing so much in our community and impacting the lives of learners in various ways, and even their parents and our staff as well. Then we're going to hear from my dear sister, friend from another mother, Madam, former, policewoman, and everything else. She's just amazing. She's just humble, a selfless leader. She is just, something else. And what she does with mess, is just amazing. And then we're going to hear the experience of well from Mako, who runs Crazy Plastic in Belleville. And, they're doing a lot, providing affordable service and a lovely service to the people of the northern suburb in the area of Belleville. And last but not the least, another sister friend of mine who went through a lot as well during COVID, and she's just an angel. She's beautiful inside and out. Vilma, much respect to you. So yeah, just hear some of my conversations and them sharing their stories. A little bit. How did the journey of this vision that you have, how did it start? And what, gave you 57 years ago to say, okay, I want to do this?
It wasn't a matter of wanting to do this, it was a matter of just doing better. Okay. And just not being satisfied with where I was at any particular time. I'm restless. So, besides not changing the pharmacy, I'm still here, it's still the same place, still the same wife.
That helps, huh?
Still the same wife, still supporting me. Yeah. Without that, I couldn't do what I've done. Yeah. She learned. She handles the kitchen at home, I handle the business here.
Wow. Wow. So in the last 57 years, and it's good you have a awesome support system.
Yes.
Still here, like you said, being in Belleville. What is it for you in Belleville that stands out? Why Belleville? Why did you choose here at that time?
Well, first of all, it was an impulse, my opening here.
Okay.
At that time, I had just qualified. Jobs were very, very scarce. I happened to drive past here on the way to Durbanville, which was country in those days.
Okay.
I never got to Durbanville, stopped the car, and opened 6 weeks later.
Wow.
So it was an impulse. I am impulsive by nature.
Wow.
And I've been here ever since. Obviously, the pharmacy was a tenth of the size of what it is now.
I'm
even
sure
less
it
than
does.
that.
I'm sure. Even in the last 3 years,
yeah.
It used to be just the ground floor, and now it's
grown. There was this here. This floor was here.
Okay.
In 2018, we revamped completely.
Okay.
Every tile, everything we changed.
Wow.
And expanded again. But it was about the 10th time I've expanded in all the years.
Right.
So it was nothing new.
Okay.
It just needed it. And you know what? We're very consumer orientated. We follow the consumer, what the consumer needs.
What they need.
And we try to give as much as we can. So we open 24 hours because the customer needs medicine through the night. Our service is prime because customers want good service. People come to a pharmacy because they want a solution to their problems. We try to offer a solution.
Right. And I can see as well in terms of the whole, in terms of wellness for a person.
Yes.
Where the cafe, the sports angle, the clinics, the spa or beauty side of things and so on.
Yes.
Are they all based on customer needs as well?
All based on customer needs. I'm a health fanatic, so it's health and wellness. Although we sell medicine, I believe in people rather being healthy and staying healthy than having to take medicine, which is a last resort.
Right.
Medicine is not the be and end all of everything. No.
So if you have a younger M, what advice will you give that M about, some of what you've learned? Because I'm sure it hasn't been easy along the way.
No. No.
So what advice, how would you tell the younger M how to navigate, those times?
I would say, first of all, look at yourself.
Okay.
Be honest with yourself. Be disciplined. Okay. There's either you do things right or you don't do them. If you want to do things right, things will work out right. Mostly. Then do the basics right.
Okay.
A lot of people fall down on the basics. They don't do the basics right. So the basics here is service. So make sure that your service is the best. Right. And employ people who will give the best service. Okay.
So what motivates you? What motivates you? I can tell already, but I still want to ask. What motivates you? What keeps you going through all this, life story and life journey that you've been through?
I think it's got more to do with where I come from. And I've had a very supporting mom that never gave up on us.
Right.
I was just about 4, 5 years old when my dad, we were 4 kids born of the marriage, and my mom was pregnant with my baby brother, and he just upped and left and never came back.
Oh, okay.
And he's alive. He lives in Durban. That's a chapter in my life that I still need to close. I regularly check up on Home Affairs if there's a death certificate. They say no, he's still alive. So I need to travel to Durban to close that chapter.
And he's never even come back.
Contacted. I'm 40,
Even up till now.
Up till now, I'm 49 years old, and
Wow.
I've never seen my dad. But I had a very courageous, strong mother.
Women.
Yeah,
We are just
a mother that
wow.
never gave
Gave
up.
up.
That worked 7 days a week, 5 days in a factory, the other 3 days at Pick and Pay in the town centre, Mitchell's Plain. And as a 10-year-old, I started running a household. So I
Wow.
don't know what it is to be a child. I've never played as a child because there was no time. I had to take care of the other siblings while my mom wasn't there. So when we wake up in the morning, she'd be gone
So you're the
to
first
work.
child.
Yeah. When we wake up in the morning, she'll be gone to work. When she comes at night, we would be asleep. So I've learned to look after myself from a very young age. At the age of 14, I started working at Pick and Pay weekends, casualing to get some extra money in. And you know what? My mom used to work weekends at the deli, and when you ask, go to Pick and Pay and you buy the grilled chickens, and they ask who wants to clean the chickens, and my mom would say that she would want to clean the chicken, because you know what? There's a reason. Because the giblets inside the chicken, the person that cleans it, that person can have it. That time they used to throw it away.
I was going to say.
They used to throw it away because it's waste.
Now, right.
Then she would say no, she would clean the chickens because she would know that would be food for us. And then she would carry those bags home with those giblets. And quite heavy, and when she gets home, it's my job to separate. So then you separate the liver, that is, you need to make a smoorkie for the bread, that is for the week's bread, and the neckies and the giblets, that is to make food, and I need to make packets each day for a pot of food. And we lived off that for many, 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 many years. My mom worked for Pick and Pay for 30 years, and Pick and Pay's waste became our food. And
wow.
if I just last night, I said to my grandson, come, Ma's taking you out. And we went for pizza at Panarotti's, and I ordered a Monsterito pizza, and I just wanted the two of us just to enjoy it. And I looked at, and sometimes when I sit and I pay for these things, and I say to myself, thank you, Lord, for your blessings. Look at where you've brought me, and look how I can enjoy the fruits of my labor right now.
Earlier on, we started with your journey being born in Bunterville 28 years ago, being bullied in school in grade 10, and using dance, as a way, for you to set up what you're doing, which you're so proud of. You're earning a living from it, but it goes more than earning a living. You're investing in it. You're impacting positively the lives of others using dance, as a tool. Having your mom as a support, your brother who you looked up to, your mentor. So let me now go back to you now. Let's leave the others out.
Okay.
So what keeps you going? Why do you do what you're doing?
I think the passion, man, and like I said, like seeing them every day keeps me going. For me to wake up also, and then to be like, okay, today's another day, that's making class, At the end of the day, I say like, I'm helping them, but they're also helping me. Because I could also be, because if I didn't have to teach them, I could do something else, something worse. Like a lot of my friends in my road, they passed away, they got shot dead, standing outside in corners and stuff. I won't forget the one guy across the road. He died across the road from my house. He just died there. And that same night, I was at a dance event. But I could have been with him that night. You know what I mean? So more than them helping them, they helped me so by keeping me busy. Because at the night I'm busy. You can ask mommy, I'm busy making music. I'm busy making dance routines.
Oh, you
the
make
next
music
day.
as well?
So I make the routines for the group also as well.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of background stuff that goes into it, but I mean, it keeps me busy, man. It keeps me off away from all the bad stuff because I could have been outside. So like I said, like that's the passion that keeps me going, man. Just being there tomorrow again, standing up, having ideas. What we're gonna do next? What we're gonna do next? I know we're planning to do a homeless project where we're gonna give some food out to homeless people and dancing. So that is also one thing that makes me prideful and makes me want to stand up every day and make me think about, okay, we must do this and that. And days go so quick now because I mean we have plans every time. You know what I mean? It's not me just sitting at home wasting time.
So you mentioned earlier on that you have a mentor, you know, who has been helping you and who you probably help. So why is it important, you know, that one has mentor? And are you a mentor to anyone at the moment?
I mentor. So in Krump, for example, in Krump, there's this thing in this dance form called Krump. There's something called big homies and little homies. Meaning big brothers and little brothers. So we teach dance to our little homies. So once, if I'm teaching dance to a couple of boys, they become my little homies and they become my mentees. And I become the mentor. So same with my mentor, he told me Krump. So he's my mentor also in that way. So Hadley is a young man, and that's the difference between, because you have your parents, but your mentors is people that's a couple of years older than you, experience dance and understand life in that sense. So you will talk to me about grown up stuff compared to finances, going forward with life, how to be as a grown man, not just as a dancer. And I think that's very important. And same with me, like the couple of kids that I have, there's a couple of boys, I take them on Saturdays, I take them as only for them. So we sit together, we talk about life, we talk about their journeys and how to go forward. And I think that's very important for mentors to be them. And like I said, everybody has parents they can talk to, but sometimes there's some stuff that you can't maybe want to comfortable to talk with your parent, and that's where your mentor comes in, just to guide you.
To guide,
which is very important.
Also, so what are some of your achievements and successes in what you've been doing as a poet?
Say successes, but I've tried entering a couple of competitions back in the days. I've been in a competition where I stuck with it. Said Ostofus is what the competition is called, and it happened annually. I think it happens in the. It's an Afrikaans.
I know it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And then so. I was there half the time, and then I stopped going to the competitions, and then I've been on the finals for most of the competitions.
And you were on Tigerberg Heritage Festival talent show as well.
I was also on the finals.
Yes.
And then I've been also on finals. I think it was the third place for Vulcani newspaper, which was our newspaper in the area. Community newspaper.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I've been on those, but then I guess I've forgotten how to go back to competitions.
So, well, I think you need to do more competitions as well to get yourself more confident. But I know I've seen you grown over the years. Where now you're, performing, at various functions. You performed at our racism conference. You've performed at various other openings and things like that. So I've seen you grown over the years. So, but what are some of the challenges for you as a poet?
Well, the challenge the most would be the fact that poetry is not easy to understand. I guess it's not everyone's favorite thing.
Yeah.
People prefer singing, prefer dancing, and other stuff. So it's not everybody's
cup of tea.
Yeah. So you get those certain people who do understand you, and then at the same time, it's been a challenge because you don't find the kind of audience that you're catered for. So you don't get booked for events all the time.
Right.
People, especially for me, because my poetry is very deep, so I wouldn't be invited to weddings and stuff like that, because I'm not going to talk about fame or whatever. So that's been a big challenge.
Okay. Right. So how have you managed to overcome them?
I try what I do is I'm trying right now, but it's been difficult. I'm trying to write poetry that is a bit light note.
Okay.
I would say. But it's been difficult.
Okay. But to say that though, light note will take you away from what you know. It's about deep and so. So now let's go on to, have you experienced any form of discrimination as a woman or as a poet or as a young person?
Well, as a poet, no, I wouldn't
Okay.
say.
Okay.
Well, people love my poetry.
Right.
Those who know about me, I've been lucky enough. But then, as a woman, I think we always discriminated wherever we go. Maybe it wasn't really that deep, but then yes, there has been a lot of discrimination.
Right.
Sometimes people want to look at you a certain way because you have a certain thing that they maybe have interest in. Maybe the type of way that you dressed, a type of way that you built. They want to take their chance at you.
Yeah.
So yes, there has been a lot of discrimination.
What motivates you in terms of you doing the hard work and whatever else you do? What motivates you?
I think a big part of that is a very strong and solid upbringing. I owe a lot of that to my parents. From a motivation perspective, I've got my family, I've got a very young family. They motivate me to want to do better with myself because they would assimilate. I've got 2 young daughters and they're always looking at daddy, how does daddy handle situations and so on. So that is a major factor. And then just to spread it out a bit further, from my company, the company that I work for, we are very close-knit, almost family situation where I am able to walk into our director's office at any time and ask him for advice or asking for his opinion on something. So that sort of motivates me to want to do better with myself because I get that sort of personal interaction.
So you're born and bred in Cape Town? Because you haven't told me where you were born. So you're born and where in Cape Town? Where exactly?
So from a small little town that's not too far away from here, a suburb called Kensington.
Okay, I know Kensington.
All of my life.
Okay, awesome. So, but you've probably traveled around South Africa with your job, or does your work take you outside Cape Town?
Well, not now at the moment.
Okay.
But yes, I have traveled to some of the major cities in South Africa.
Okay, with work or personal?
With work.
When did you start at Rosendal?
As I said, the doors opened in 1996,
Okay.
January 1996, and I started as a post-level 1 teacher, being an acting head of department. So that was...
Oh, you started in 1996?
I started in 1993
Oh,
as a teacher, but I was in primary school.
I see. Oh, now I'm making the connection because you see, I did a bit of research about you before, and I know you were in a school primary before, so it was that primary, and then basically,
Yes.
then okay, I see.
So then our learners remained at the school, the high school learners, they came up to high school. And then principal requested us as teachers who are postgraduate qualified to stay at the high school because we were qualified to teach high school as well. And we took that learners, we enrolled learners for grade 8, grade 9 and grade 10 that year. And then we took them up to have matriculants, our first matriculants in 1998. At the school.
Wow.
So yes, from the opening of the doors of Rosendal High School,
You've been involved.
Yes.
And I know when I was reading about you, I do that, just so I know who I'm speaking to, even though this is a conversation. I know you worked with the Ministry of Social Development as a director for some years. How was that, and how did that happen? And how has that been able to help you in your role as a principal?
Yes, the Deputy Minister, the late Dr. Jean Benjamin, was, this was her constituency. And as a young teacher and a community activist, because I always say our role is not confined to the classroom. As teachers, we must be out there, we must understand what's happening at the homes, we must understand what's happening in the community and able to make the difference. And that is when it was a constituency, she was a member of parliament. And she came to the school and she said to me, well, she have noticed my passion and the difference that I make in terms of the social developmental aspect and the impact, how it impacts on the community. And I am busy, if I can be busy 24/7, I will do that. And she decided, and she asked me if I don't want to come and be the head of office when she became deputy minister.
So you were head on take, basically.
Yes. But that is what passion and that is what, hard work does. People see your passion and the difference that you're making in our communities. And she then requested that I be seconded to her office, because I said to her, with all due respect, this is my passion, education is my passion, and I believe that I can make a difference everywhere and anywhere. But if I can be seconded, I would gladly, appreciate that.
What are some of the challenges, for you? I know you've touched on it there when you said you don't even know, where the salary, comes at some time. What are some of the other challenges, for you through what you're doing, either personally or an organization?
Sure. I think I'm going to answer you on 3 levels. Operationally, tactically, and strategically.
Right.
So operationally, it is always the lack of resources. Tactically, it is about having the right people in the right positions. Strategically, it's about true impact does not rely just on one organization.
Correct.
True impact in terms of changing the heart of the city as we believe, or just changing the world into a better place. It needs integration of state, church and business, or state, civil society and business. And operationalizing cooperation. It is a challenge. And it's brilliant when it works. It is the more difficult route because you have to consider other people, you can't just do your own thing. And it's all about relationships. And it is also about being vulnerable and admitting when you can't do everything and admitting when you need others. And it is also about being brave when you fail, to try again and to fail and to try again and not to give up. So I think those are the main challenges.
Tell me, how has business been in the last over 1.5 years with COVID?
Thank you for having me on the video. Yes, business has been difficult to say the least. Since the COVID hit, we've been closed for 3 weeks, initial lockdown, and then we opened up to sell certain items, but we have survived. That's the main thing. We've kept our head above the water and be able to keep the staff, not to retrench staff.
Oh, awesome. So you didn't have any retrenchment?
No.
That's good.
And if we had a few COVID cases, and it would all be pretty much 80% of our staff have been vaccinated now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we have done what I think our bit, and we've survived. That's the main thing. Any business nowadays, if you say you survived, that's all we can ask. So
I think so. You're quite right. And you're doing a lot in the Tygerberg area, even beyond the Tygerberg area, because I come from southern suburb to come and buy things because of your product, the range. How has the COVID as well affected some of your products, with your suppliers? Has that had any impact, or
No, definitely. On the positive side, it has increased in certain departments with regards to our detergents and sanitizing. That has grown dramatically as business use us. That's great. On the other hand, things have slowed down as well with regards to. Actually, I'm going to say slow down. I mean, a lot of people decided to stay home more, and so we cater for a lot of home improvements and local paints and everything they can do, self-improvement or home improvement. So that has been okay, but just regarding people in the store has been a bit delayed. The school holidays has been not the same, so the normal yearly routines of sales has been just erratic. So suppliers have struggled regarding certain items to get the items into the country or to produce because of COVID.
Exactly.
So it's been we've been playing around with the suppliers and they've been working through it. So it's okay. They're also struggling, but we have both.
Right, but like you
both
said, obviously some products are now doing better.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like
yes,
the sanitizers.
clean-
What are some of your success stories? What you're proud? Maybe share with us a success story of a project maybe you're proud of.
Yes. So I'm very proud of the fact that we have really been successful in collaborating with our partners.
Okay.
So, when I started here, Ilse Martens from MES told me, if we don't get everybody around the table who deals with street people on some level, whether it's the law enforcement, whether it's the Department of Home Affairs, whether it's the clinics for health issues, then we're not going to be able to be successful. So we started a joint operations committee,
Okay.
and all of these role players come around the table. We make sure that we are on the same page, that we don't overlap, that there's no gaps. Now with Corona, for instance, or with COVID, we couldn't meet as often as we used to, but the fact that we had that, that collaboration set
Already.
Yeah,
Yes.
really helped our area to say, okay, this is the plan for the people living on the streets, and this is how we're going to address it. And although we didn't have access immediately to emergency safe spaces for our people, because we were able to work together, and we worked very much with MES. MES actually took the lead, and we helped.
They're doing a lot of good work as well.
So that is really something for me for this area that I'm very proud of, and the VRZ actually won an international award.
Oh, congratulations!
That was quite a few years back. In terms of leadership and creating a holistic environment to address the issues in our area. Because we also belong to the International Downtown Association.
Okay.
There are SITs all over the world, especially a lot of SITs in America. And they have this association where we learn from each other. Once a year there's a big conference, and then you can also showcase your projects. So we have won that. Last year the VRZ won a security award as well for our security, which with my boss Derek Bock and our service provider. So we are very proud of the fact that we also get that recognition and that we can also compete internationally.
Yes, very well done.
In a sense, yeah.
Very well done. I just love hearing stories from this diverse individuals, and I'm looking forward to going back, to hear more of their stories and other people as well this 2022. I hope you've been inspired by what some of them shared, which is applicable to all of us wherever you are, with your journey in life. And I pray that you continue to do your best, to impact lives positively, to make a difference, to sow into the lives of others, no matter what. We are all equipped, to do that. And, I pray that God will keep lifting you up, and you will not fail, you will not struggle. You'll continue to, lift the lives of others, up, no matter where you are in your own life journey. So wishing you all the very best. Until next time, this is Mama K signing off and saying, I love you, stay blessed, stay prayerful, and let's live loving each other and serving. God is love.